it's not looking good for Fungie. I feel that I knew Fungie quite well because we spent an awful lot of time in Dingle over the years, and every time we were there we went out and visited him. And I had a lovely evening with Noel, who runs a kayaking business down there, and he brought us all out. There was about a group of about, 8 to 10, and we got up close and personal to Fungie. He came right up to the kayaks, right beside us. You could just about touch him. And then we did the usual stuff, going out in the big boats, and sometimes you'd feel a bit sorry for Fungie because sometimes you'd feel he was being harangued, but he wasn't. He was enjoying it. He was a performer. He loved playing to the gallery, as my dad used to say. Loved playing to the gallery. And he'd jump up and he knew exactly what was required of him. And we all shouted and yelped and said, "Woohoo, there's Fungie!" And of course, a lot has been said over the years about the very special relationship between Fungie and Dingle. And indeed, a lovely report on the news last night by Sean McEntee, and he showed a clip from a 1991 documentary which featured Paddy Ferreter. And Paddy was the old lighthouse keeper, and he was the first to spot Fungie in Dingle Harbour back in 1983. And this is a clip from that documentary.
No one knows more about that dolphin than I, for I can tell you times without I seeing him at all that he's there. For I'll know it in the water. I'll know he's just under the surface, probably about a foot. I'll know on top of the water that he's there.
Isn't that brilliant? Paddy Ferreter. Loads of talk about the relationship and what if, because this has been a conversation that's been happening over the years, what if there was no Fungie? What would happen to Dingle? Well, you can rest assured that Dingle will be safe without Fungie. They'll miss him, and there'll be stories told about him because he's been hanging around for 37 years. But Dingle is a beautiful place. It doesn't need a dolphin at all. It's one of the most glorious places on planet Earth. And you have to make an effort to get out to Dingle. That's the great thing about it. So people who are there want to be there. You're not passing through. You have to make an effort. And it's just that lovely. It has everything that you would expect of an Irish town. It has the sea, it has the scenery, it has the lovely locals who will welcome you. It has the pubs with character, it has lovely food, all of those things. And it's just a lovely, lovely place. So I've no fear that Dingle will do really well in the years to come because they don't need Fungie, although they'll miss him. Now, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe he'll turn up, but it ain't looking good. How are they going to, if he never returns, what'll happen then? Will they have some sort of ceremony? I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, our thoughts are with the people of Dingle and Fungie and all. Fantastic. Now we can go we can go live to a boat off Slea Head to talk to Kevin Flannery, who's marine biologist with Dingle Aquarium, who we've spoken to lots in the past. How are you doing, Kevin?
We're doing good, Ray. Rather cold and wet, but we're doing fine.
Yeah, now, I was led to believe on the news last night that the search for Fungie was discontinued.
We did, Ray. They called off the search in the harbour vicinity, but this morning I received a call from people overlooking Slea Head, the guy that owns Stonehouse restaurant, and he told me that this morning he seen a singular individual dolphin just off the vicinity of Slea Head. So I informed the Fungie boatman, and we came back here now with the lady Laura. We've been looking, but we came across a school, all right, of common dolphins.
Right.
No bottlenose dolphin.
Right, okay. I was just saying there, maybe I spoke too soon, that I was talking about the future for Dingle without Fungie and all that sort of thing. So you're holding out hope, obviously, Kevin.
Yeah, obviously, because, as we say, the carcass of the body wasn't washed ashore, so let's hope he hasn't died and that he may just have gone off, because there was quite an amount of humpback whales and minke whales feeding them out of the harbour, and he may just have gone off with them for a while. But
right.
Look, he has been here for 37 years, and if he was only wandering around in the other coves or bays, we had to have a look and see maybe that he would come back in. But 37 years is a good innings for a dolphin.
It's a brilliant innings. Record. Is it a world record? There you go. And how long has he gone missing for before?
Well, we don't know, Ray, because basically the initial estimates are they were only delivered around 30 years, because basically these dolphins, when they do get washed ashore, that's when they can dissect them and do the age. And that's
Okay.
so some people are saying 45, 50. Some people say 60. It has varied from various experts down around the world.
Okay, so that's his lifespan. But what I want to know is, and I know you're out in a boat there off the West Kerry coast. I want to know, has he gone missing before, and for how long?
Sorry, Ray, I just missed you.
I missed you, yeah. Okay. Has Fungie gone missing before, and for how long was he missing?
He went away for a day, with the best part of a day, that sort of way.
Okay.
He met up with a female companion, and she stayed with him for over a year, the best part of a year. But then she decided she didn't like the tourists, and she took off.
Right.
So maybe she's after coming back and enticed them away again.
Okay.
We don't know.
Well, she obviously knew that that's what she was getting into. You know, when she was going out with Fungie, you know, that's part of the deal. So what's the chatter locally, Kevin?
The chatter is between the pandemic and the Dolphin disappearing. We're wondering what else can happen, you know, because, I mean, all the hospitality industry, the Dolphin tour, because Dingle is totally independent virtually now of tourism. The fishing is on its knees. So, therefore, it'll be a major loss, especially to the boatmen and to cafes and restaurants. But look, Dingle has built up a reputation as a destination.
Yes.
And hopefully it can keep it up.
And that's a lovely, like the boats could maybe change their tack, because it's lovely to go out there, out of the harbour and around the coastline there. There's lovely caves and everything, and, you know, people can do that, can't they?
Oh, yeah. There's still quite a lot to see. I mean, as I say, there has been a dramatic increase in the number of humpback whales up at the southwest coast.
Yes.
And my first time in my life seeing them outside the mouth of the harbour in Dingle. So for people to get to see the natural environment, hopefully there's hope. And I think as a destination, Dingle has that.
Right.
So let's build on it.
We're not giving up hope on Fungie yet, so fingers crossed. Mind yourself out there, Kevin.
All right, Ray. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Good talking to you too.